What do you really think about money? Do you believe it's something you earn through endless hours of labor, or that it's reserved for those born into wealth, blessed with luck, or willing to cheat their way to the top? These beliefs didn't just appear, they were shaped by the environment you grew up in and the stories you've been fed. If you were raised in a family that struggled financially, you might think wealth is out of reach, or that you'll need to grind twice as hard to escape poverty. This is the first lie society drills into you, that money is something you can't control. From my own journey, I've learned that these beliefs act like a distorted lens, making every opportunity seem unattainable. I used to think wealth was for those with connections, or random strokes of luck. But studying people like Elon Musk or even local entrepreneurs who started small, like a friend who built a thriving e-commerce store from scratch, showed me they didn't wait for fortune to strike. They actively created value, often from humble beginnings. This made me question, if they could do it, why am I letting old beliefs hold me back? It's not about luck, it's about mindset and action. Hollywood doesn't help. It loves to portray the rich as greedy villains, backstabbing their way to fortunes. These images aren't just entertainment, they quietly shape your thinking, making you equate wealth with immorality. But here's the truth. WealthX reports that 68% of the world's ultra-wealthy, net worth over $30 million, are self-made. Think of Warren Buffett, who started as a paperboy, or Oprah Winfrey, who rose from poverty. These aren't movie villains, they're people who dared to think differently and act on it. I believe society exaggerates the evil rich stereotype to justify our own inaction. Instead of resenting the wealthy, we should study them. When I started researching self-made billionaires, I noticed a pattern: they focus on solving problems, not chasing money. Take Jeff Bezos, who made shopping effortless with Amazon. This got me thinking, what small problem can I solve in my own life or community? That question led me to start a side hustle selling digital templates online, proving you don't need to be a tech genius to create value. It's about finding a need and filling it. The education system only deepens these misconceptions. Schools teach you to work hard for grades, but rarely how to manage money, invest, or create wealth. You graduate with a degree, a pile of debt, and a job that barely covers your dreams. This is the second lie, that the only path to success is college, a 9-to-5 job, and working until you retire. I used to see my college degree as a golden ticket, but after graduating and landing a mediocre-paying job, I realized the system trains you to be a good employee, not a wealth builder. Instead of blaming the system, I took charge by diving into books, podcasts, and online courses on personal finance and entrepreneurship. Reading Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki flipped my perspective. Money isn't something you earn, it's something you build through smart decisions and value creation. This shift pushed me to start investing small amounts and experimenting with business ideas, even on a tight budget. To embark on the path to wealth, you must dismantle these false beliefs. Money isn't something handed to you by luck or privilege. It's the result of creating value for others. Start by asking, how can I solve a problem for someone else? That's the first step to rethinking money, and transforming your life. You've been taught a flawed equation: money equals salary from a job. This mindset traps you into believing that working long hours at a steady job is the only way to build wealth. But let's break it down. If you earn $20 an hour and work 40 hours a week, it would take nearly 24 years to reach $1 million, before taxes, living expenses, or inflation erode that sum. By then, most of your life has slipped away. The real issue? This equation trades your most precious resource, time, for a limited amount of money. Early in my career, I fell into this trap, grinding at a desk job thinking more hours would mean more money. But I quickly realized that no matter how hard I worked, my paycheck was capped by the hours I could physically put in. Reading books like The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss opened my eyes. Wealth isn't about trading time for money, it's about creating systems that generate income without constant effort. This led me to start a small online business selling digital products, which earned me passive income while I slept. The lesson? Time is finite, but your ability to create value isn't. The truth about wealth lies in a better equation: money comes from the perceived value you provide to the market. In a capitalist society, you're paid based on how much value others, your customers, community, or the broader economy, see in what you do. Take football players. They earn millions not because they work harder than a cleaner, but because the market values their skills and entertainment. A cleaner's job, while essential, is seen as replaceable, so it commands less pay. Harsh? Yes. But understanding this unlocks the path to wealth. This concept hit home when I noticed how my friend, a graphic designer, tripled her income by niching down to create branding for small businesses. She didn't work harder, she worked smarter, solving a specific problem for a high-demand market. This inspired me to rethink my own skills. I wasn't a coder or a tech wizard, but I could write compelling content. So, I started freelancing for startups, helping them craft marketing copy that resonated with their audience. By focusing on a problem, effective communication, I increased my perceived value and doubled my rates within a year. It's not about effort, it's about impact. So, how do the ultra-wealthy like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos achieve such high perceived value? The key isn't chasing money, it's chasing problems and building solutions that scale. Stop thinking about your next paycheck and start asking, what problem can I solve for others? I used to think I needed a groundbreaking idea like the next Facebook to get rich. But I've learned that small, solvable problems can lead to big wins. For example, a neighbor complained about finding reliable pet sitters. I built a simple website connecting local pet owners with vetted sitters, charging a small commission. It wasn't glamorous, but it solved a real pain point and brought in steady side income. The takeaway? You don't need to invent the wheel, just find a gap in the market and fill it. Start small, test your idea, and scale what works. Forget the old equation of trading time for money. Wealth comes from creating value that the market rewards. Your time is too valuable to waste on a system that limits your potential. Start looking for problems around you, big or small, and build solutions that make a difference. That's the real path to financial freedom. After years of building a business around a scalable solution, you face a pivotal moment with two paths: continue running your business or sell it for a life-changing payout. Continuing might mean staying with a company you love, believing you can grow its value further, or letting it run passively to generate income. Selling, on the other hand, is the acquisition moment. Think Instagram sold to Facebook for $1 billion or PayPal to eBay for $1.5 billion, with $165 million going to Elon Musk. Either way, you've done it, you solved a market problem, and the market has rewarded you handsomely. When I think about this stage, I'm reminded of a friend who built a small app for local event planning. After 2 years, she faced this choice: keep growing it or sell to a larger platform. She chose to sell for a modest $200,000, which let her pay off debts and start a new venture. That experience taught me that the reward isn't just about the money, it's about the freedom to choose your next step. For me, starting a side hustle selling ebooks was less about millions and more about proving I could create something valuable. The first $1,000 I earned felt like a personal victory, showing me that solving problems, even small ones, pays off. The beauty of this moment is that it's the culmination of your efforts. Whether you keep your business or cash out, you've earned the right to decide because you delivered value. The market doesn't reward effort, it rewards impact. Your solution, whether it's a niche service or a game-changing product, has changed lives, and now you're reaping the benefits. I've seen too many people romanticize the idea of keeping the business forever without considering what they truly want. When I launched a content creation service, I thought I'd run it indefinitely. But after a year, I realized I was more excited about teaching others how to start similar ventures. I sold the service to a small agency and used the proceeds to fund workshops. That choice wasn't about giving up, it was about aligning my work with my evolving goals. My advice? Ask yourself, does this business still spark joy, or is it time to let go and explore new problems to solve? The reward is not just financial, it's the clarity to redefine your future. This stage isn't about ego or clinging to what you've built. It's about recognizing that your hard work has opened doors. Whether you scale your business to new heights or sell it to start fresh, the real win is the proof that you can create value from nothing. You've turned a problem into a solution, and the market has spoken. This journey was never about the money. Money is just paper, a number on a screen, valuable only because we believe it is. What you've been chasing is freedom, the ability to pay off debts, buy your dream car, travel the world, or never worry about bills again. It's about living without the constant stress of, can I afford this, or will I outlive my savings? The most critical lesson here is about time, the one resource you can never reclaim. Is trading years of your life for a job you tolerate worth it, or is there a better way? Early on, I thought wealth meant a big bank account. But after watching a mentor build a modest online business that let him work from anywhere, I realized freedom is the real prize. He wasn't a billionaire, but he could spend mornings hiking with his kids instead of commuting. That stuck with me. When I started freelancing as a content writer, my goal wasn't millions, it was to earn enough to cut my office hours and reclaim my time. Earning $500 a month from a blog felt more liberating than a raise at my day job. It taught me that even small wins can shift your life if they give you control over your time. The trap many fall into is a cycle: work, come home, watch TV, sleep, repeat, until retirement. But what if you could break free? By solving problems and creating value, you can build a life where financial worries don't dictate your choices. This doesn't mean you'll be happy or fulfilled, that's up to you, but it means your struggle has purpose. I've seen friends stay in jobs they hate because they feel stuck, afraid to risk the unknown. When I took a leap to start a side hustle selling digital templates, I was terrified of failing. But each sale, even just $20, proved I could create something valuable. It wasn't about the cash, it was about proving I didn't have to trade 40 hours a week for a paycheck. Inspired by stories like a friend who turned a $0 idea into a $1.5 million business, I realized that solving problems, no matter the scale, is the key to freedom. My advice? Start with a small problem in your own life, like streamlining a task you hate, and test a solution. The confidence from that first step can change everything. This is your wake-up call. Stop chasing money and start chasing problems to solve. Every solution you create is a step toward a life where time and choices are yours. You don't need to be a billionaire to live richly, just solve a problem that matters, and let the market reward you with the freedom to live on your terms. Here's the equation to wealth: stop chasing money and start chasing problems to solve. This isn't about dreaming up the next tech giant, it's about finding real issues in your world and creating solutions that the market values. Most won't succeed on this path, not because they lack talent, but because they fear failure. Embrace it. Fail fast, learn, and move on. Whether you're building a business or climbing the career ladder, ask yourself, what problem am I solving? That question is the spark that turns ideas into wealth. When I first started exploring wealth building, I was paralyzed by the fear of getting it wrong. But watching a friend turn a simple idea, organizing local fitness classes, into a $50,000 side hustle taught me that action trumps perfection. My own journey began with a blog sharing productivity tips. It flopped at first, earning $0 for months. But each failure showed me what didn't work, and tweaking my approach led to $2,000 in ad revenue by year 2. The lesson? Failure isn't the end, it's the map. In 2025, with tools like AI and no-code platforms, anyone can test ideas faster than ever. Start small, fail cheap, and keep iterating. This path isn't easy. Building wealth demands grit, unlearning old habits, and facing hard truths about what the market rewards. But every solution you create, whether it's a service, app, or workplace innovation, moves you closer to freedom. You don't need to be a billionaire to live richly. Solve a problem that matters, and the market will open doors you never imagined. I used to think wealth was about big wins, like the stories of entrepreneurs I admired who went from $0 to millions. But my perspective shifted when I helped a local cafe streamline their ordering process with a simple app, earning a modest $1,500. It wasn't life-changing money, but it was proof I could create value from nothing. That sparked a passion for teaching others to spot opportunities in their own lives. My advice for 2025? Use the world's connectivity, think social platforms, online marketplaces, to test your solutions globally. A small idea, like selling digital guides or automating a task, can scale into something life-altering. The market is waiting for your move. So, here's my challenge to you: stop waiting for the perfect moment. Find a problem today, big or small, and take one step to solve it. That step could be the start of a journey to a life where time, money, and choices are yours. You've got this.